The world of muscle cars has always been loud, raw, and unapologetically wild. Until now. Because today, you're about to witness something you never thought you'd see in your lifetime. The Dodge Charger, yes, the symbol of American power. The soundtrack of gasoline glory has returned in a form no one expected. And you won't believe what Dodge has managed to pull off this time. The 2027 Dodge Charger EV isn't just an electric car. It's a declaration, a shockwave, a signal that the future of muscle isn't quiet. It's electrifying. Get ready for a machine that rewrites the rules, challenges the past, and dares you to rethink everything you know about performance. Because the muscle car is evolving, it's doing it with more attitude than ever. For over half a century, the Dodge Charger has been more than a car, it's been a cultural icon. From drag strips to Hollywood chases, from suburban garages to midnight freeway runs, the Charger embodied something primal. Power you could feel in your chest, a roar you could hear from blocks away, a presence that demanded space, respect, and maybe a little fear. But as the world shifted toward electrification, the future of this legend became uncertain. Fans wondered, would Dodge ever abandon the soul of its muscle heritage? Or would the Charger disappear into memory? Instead, Dodge did something bolder. They reimagined the Charger's DNA. They kept the aggression, the charm, the swagger, but refitted it for a new era. The 2027 Charger EV doesn't erase the past, it honors it. Its silhouette echoes the classic long hood and wide stance. Its attitude recalls the old days, but its heart beats with electricity and innovation. This is Heritage Reborn, a modern beast carrying the weight of its legacy while stepping confidently into the future. Look at it. The exterior alone tells you this isn't just another EV trying to blend into the quiet world of sleek minimalism. No, the 2027 Charger EV shows up like it owns every inch of asphalt it touches. The front fascia brings back the controversial but unforgettable Fratsonic chambered exhaust opening. Yes, the place where sound is engineered instead of combusted. Above it, you get a light strip that doesn't just glow. It stares. Sharp, predatory, unmistakably Dodge. The stance is wide, low, and muscular. The sculpted hood lines look like clenched fists. The flared fenders resemble shoulders bracing for a fight. And the rear, a full-length taillight bar that feels like a neon signature drawn across the darkness. It's bold, dramatic, and a little dangerous. Exactly what a Charger should be. Step inside though, and the danger melts into sophistication. Dodge surprisingly embraced refinement this time. There's a sense of modern muscle dark tones, metallic accents, and a cockpit that wraps around you like a command center. The seats thick, supportive, performance-ready, but trimmed in materials that feel far more premium than Chargers of the past. You sit low, but not cramped. The steering wheel is chunky, tactile, and purposeful. The digital cluster animates like a sci-fi movie intro, while the center display floats like a centerpiece of high-tech confidence. Ambient lighting glows subtly beneath the surfaces, giving you that nightclub meets battle station vibe. And if you're wondering about features, they're here. Massaging seats. Wireless everything, a sound system that could wake the neighbors even without an exhaust note. It's the kind of interior that reminds you, muscle cars can grow up, but they don't have to lose their edge. And yes, Dodge added a bit of humor too, like a don't be scared drive mode, because why not? It's Dodge. Now let's talk about the part that scares purists and excites the future, performance. This is where things get interesting, because under the hood, well, technically under the floor sits a dual-motor EV system that delivers instant torque the moment your foot even thinks about pressing down. Dodge hasn't just created an electric Charger, they've created a monster. Depending on configuration, the 2027 Charger EV pushes power figures that rival and sometimes exceed past Hellcat models. We're talking horsepower numbers deep into the 600s and 700s, with torque so aggressive it feels like the horizon is rushing toward you. 0 to 60, around 2 seconds depending on trim. That's not fast, that's teleportation. And here's the surprise you didn't see coming. Dodge added a simulated gear shift system, yes shifts, in an EV, not because the car needs them, but because the driver does. It delivers bursts of power in stages, recreating the drama of shifting without losing EV efficiency. That's Dodge's philosophy. If the technology doesn't give you a thrill, make something that does. Even more interesting, Dodge engineered a sound. The Fratsonic chambered exhaust system digitally amplifies a crafted EV roar deep, mechanical, and surprisingly satisfying. It's not trying to mimic a V8, it's creating its own identity. Compare this to rivals like the Tesla Model S Plaid, which gives you silence and speed, or the BMW i for M50, which plays a futuristic hump. The Charger EV wants to sound alive, loud, proud, a little obnoxious, and unapologetically Dodge. The future of muscle now has a voice, and it's electric. Take this beast onto the road, and everything changes again. The first thing you feel isn't the speed. Surprisingly, it's the control. The instant torque means power comes smoothly, almost too smoothly, until you realize you're moving much faster than you intended. The steering is tighter than any previous Charger. More precise, more communicative. It doesn't float or drift. It sticks. The weight of the EV battery is balanced low, giving this car stability in corners that would have made old muscle cars sweat. Suddenly, this machine doesn't just launch in a straight line. It dances, okay? Maybe dances is a strong word. It stomps gracefully. The suspension absorbs bumps with confidence, giving you just enough road feel to stay engaged without beating you up. And the regenerative braking system. Surprisingly natural. Strong when you need it, subtle when you don't. Then there's the tech. Dodge embraced screens, sensors, connectivity, everything modern drivers expect. The infotainment system animates like a gaming console. The driver assist features are sharp and intelligent, stepping in only when necessary. Lane keeping, adaptive cruise, collision avoidance, they're all tuned to feel like helpers, not babysitters. And, as you'd expect from a brand pushing into the EV future, over-the-air updates keep the Charger evolving. New sounds, new modes, new features. You're not just buying a car, you're buying a platform that grows. That's something we're used to hearing from Tesla, but seeing it from Dodge, that's a plot twist. But the driving feel is what hooks you. It's a blend of old and new. That familiar Charger aggression mixed with futuristic smoothness. Every launch feels like a punch. Every corner feels like a challenge, accepted. And every drive mode from eco to track reshapes the car's personality. It's not just fast. It's alive in a new way. Electric, but emotional. Quiet when it wants to be. Loud when you command it. This isn't electrification done reluctantly. It's electrification done with attitude. So what does all this mean? It means the muscle car isn't dying. It's transforming, evolving, surviving by adapting in the most dramatic way possible. The 2027 Dodge Charger EV isn't just a car. It's a turning point, a symbol that performance, passion, and heritage can coexist with innovation, efficiency, and the future. This machine carries the weight of decades of American automotive culture and still dares to start a new chapter. When you stand in front of it, you're not just looking at another EV, you're looking at the rebirth of a legend. A legend that refuses to fade quietly. A legend that storms into tomorrow with lightning under its skin. And here's the real question, will this new electric era win over every diehard fan? Probably not. Some will always miss the V8 rumble, the smell of fuel, the mechanical thunder. But many others, maybe even you will see something different. A future where power is instant, where innovation leads, where legends evolve instead of vanish. And for those people, the Charger EV is a promise. A promise that the thrill isn't going anywhere. It's just changing shape.